students, I'm Aanchal Sharma, your educator. In this video, we are going to discuss about the different types of hydrogen. We're going to discuss about the green hydrogen mission, and we're also discussing that what is green hydrogen. So, in India, there is a growing interest that we are observing in the green hydrogen, which is the hydrogen produced using the renewable energy sources. So, we are producing green hydrogen and it is significantly used now, and we want to promote it. Green hydrogen has the potential to significantly reduce the emissions of the greenhouse gases. And this emission we'll see that there is less and less amount of carbon dioxide being released, and the carbon footprint would also reduce. So we have been talking that how because of the reckless usage of the fossil fuels, the half combustion, different activities that are the anthropogenic activities, humans are excreting a lot of gases that are harmful for the environment. These gases are the greenhouse gases, and because of these gases, we see that the temperature, the global temperature is rising. So in the Paris Agreement, everyone just came forward and gave their own NDCs, and we have decided that we will be reducing the excretion of the greenhouse gases. So if we switch towards the more renewable resources and use less amount of fossil fuels, then there will be a more clean energy produced towards clean energy that would be produced, and also there would be a greener country. So this green hydrogen, which is produced using the water by the process of electrolysis, is a good way forward. The emission of the carbon dioxide would also be reduced. This makes it particularly a very attractive option for India to be used, which is committed at reducing the carbon footprint and mitigating the impacts of climate change. So we have been talking about climate change and we want to reduce the carbon footprint. So this green hydrogen will be very helpful. Now, what is green hydrogen? So green hydrogen is a type of hydrogen that is produced through the process of electrolysis of water. So whenever we pass electricity through water and then it breaks down into two parts, that is one hydrogen and one oxygen, then this process is called as electrolysis, and we produce hydrogen from this source and from this process. So splitting of water is the process of electrolysis, which will give you green hydrogen. So green hydrogen is a type of hydrogen that is produced through electrolysis of water using renewable energy sources such as solar or wind power. The electrolysis process splits water into hydrogen and oxygen, and the hydrogen produced can be used as a more clean and a more renewable fuel. What are the uses of these green hydrogen now? In which sector we are promoting the use of green hydrogen? So the chemical industry, it is used in chemical industry to manufacture ammonia as well as the fertilizers. Then it is used in the petrochemical industries now for the production of the petroleum products, and further it has also been started to use in the steel factories and the steel industries, and this sector is very important. And whenever we look at the European front, we know that now the usage in the steel industry will be increased. And of course, it is giving a lot of pollution. So we need to switch towards cleaner option. So where can you use? You can use it for manufacturing ammonia, fertilizers, for the production of petroleum, and also we can use the green hydrogen in the steel industries. Now, how can you achieve the mission and the target? Green hydrogen energy is vital for India to meet its nationally determined contribution, which stands for NDC. NDCs are the nationally determined contribution that each country has said that we are going to follow. We are going to do our bit for the protection of the earth, for the protection of the environment. It was given, these NDCs were given under the Paris Agreement. These will ensure that there is the protection of the environment. So achieving the mission will say that the green hydrogen energy is vital for India to meet its nationally determined contribution targets and ensure regional, national energy security, access and availability. Under the Paris Climate Agreement that we had, India pledged to reduce the emission intensity of its economy by 33 to 35% from 2005 level by 2030. So two things become very important. How much we need to reduce? We said that we'll be reducing it to 33 to 35%. Also, we said 35%. Also, we have said that we are going to reduce it from the level or the base level is what? 2005. The green hydrogen can drive India's transition to clean energy and combat the climate change as well. So you need to remember this. Then high production cost is the major problem that we are facing for the production of these green hydrogen. Now we have already discussed that yes, there are some benefits that we have when we use this green hydrogen, as it is a cleaner fuel, as you know that it is produced by the renewable sources. Also, we are using the process of electrolysis, so it will burn properly, full combustion would happen, less amount of carbon dioxide is emitted, and carbon footprint would also be reduced. But there are few problems associated with it. The major problem is the cost of production. So currently, the production of the green hydrogen is more expensive than the hydrogen produced from using the fossil fuels. So if you compare the hydrogen that we derive using the fossil fuel and the cost of its production as compared to the hydrogen produced from water, of course, because of the process of hydrolysis, the proper technology that is need to be used there, the cost is more high when we derive it using the process of electrolysis. This is the process of electrolysis because of which the cost becomes high. Then lack of infrastructure. Of course, we are not that fully equipped, and in technology also we are lacking behind, because of which infrastructure becomes a hindrance. Then for the transportation, you require to convert the hydrogen into hydrogen cells, and this can also be a tedious task. So three most important barriers to this production of green hydrogen is what? The cost is too high, then you need a proper infrastructure, and also transportation can be a cost competitive field. Then there are different types of hydrogen. What are these? We have a green hydrogen. It is produced using the process of electrolysis of water using renewable energy and has lower carbon footprint. So electricity splits the water into hydrogen and oxygen, and the byproducts are water and water vapors. So it is a cleaner fuel. Then we have brown hydrogen. If hydrogen is made up of the coal, then you call it as brown hydrogen. So it is produced using coal, where the emissions are excreted into the air. It is released into the air. So of course, greenhouse gas emission will increase. Then we have grey hydrogen. Grey hydrogen is produced using the natural gases, and about 95% of the South Asian world is now depending on the grey hydrogen only, and this can create problem because the gases are released in the air. Then we have blue hydrogen. Blue hydrogen is produced from the natural gas, where the emissions are captured using the carbon capture and stored. Now let us talk about a very important mission that can be asked in the exam. It is the National Hydrogen Mission. So Union government has now funded the government that it is now funding that yes, now we are going to switch towards the greenhouse gases, and the money is approved so that we can create our own hydrogen. We can even export it further. So the Union government has approved rupees 19,744 crores National Green Hydrogen Mission. That for the National Green Hydrogen Mission that aims to make India a global hub for using, producing and exporting the green hydrogen. It is a program to incentivize the commercial production of your green hydrogen and to make India a net exporter of the fuel as well. So we are not going to just keep and use the fuel, but we are going to export the fuel as well. The mission will facilitate the demand creation. We will first of all create the demand, then we will produce, so there will be production, there will be utilization, and then there will be export of the green hydrogen. There are some sub schemes that are associated with it, and the most important scheme here is SITE. So what is this scheme? Strategic Intervention for Green Hydrogen Transition Program. This program will fund all the domestic manufacturing which is done, and it will become equipped to create the setup of using the process of electrolysis. So it will fund the domestic manufacturing of electrolyzers and will produce the green hydrogen. Secondly, they have decided to create hubs now. So there will be green hydrogen hub. States and regions that are capable of supporting the large scale production and utilization of hydrogen will be identified and developed as green hydrogen hubs. So these are the two sub schemes that are associated with it. Now, what is the ultimate aim? The ultimate aim is that we need to produce about 5 MMT, that is 5 million metric ton per annum. And this will do what? This is associated with the green energy capacity addition of about 1 to 5 gigawatt that we need to achieve by 2030. So this is the overall mission and the aim that we need to achieve. We need to switch towards the cleaner energy, and this will help us achieve what? This will help us achieve the target that we have decided. So as you can see, the Union Cabinet approves that now the National Green Hydrogen Mission would be there, and we will achieve it by 2030. Right? You can look at the data that is given there, and this can be asked in the paper as well. Let us quickly see what we have discussed. So we have been discussing what is green hydrogen, and we have seen that when hydrogen is produced using the renewable energy by the electrolysis process of water, then you call it as green hydrogen. It is a cleaner fuel, and you split here the water into the hydrogen and oxygen. Hence, it is clean and a renewable fuel. Of course, it is associated with few problems also, but now it is being used in the chemical industry, petrochemical industry, and the steel industry also is using it. But there are few problems associated with it. What are the problems? It is the cost that is too high. It is the infrastructure that is lacking, and the transportation is a major problem. But we need to achieve our INDCs, or you can say the NDCs. These are the nationally determined contributions and the targets that we have for us. And in that target, we know that we need to limit the emission of the greenhouse gases from 33 to 35% from 2005 level by 2030, for which greenhouse gas and using the green hydrogen will be a very good option. And later, according to the mission, we will be able to achieve all of these things. At least 5 MMT of annual production will be there. 60 to 100 gigawatt of electrolyzer capacity would be there, and 125 gigawatt of renewable capacity would be there, right? So if you do this, if we follow this, then of course the targets would be met. So I hope you understood whatever I had for you in the session. If you have any doubt, you can write it in the comment section and I'll surely reply to you. Thank you.